And we're live.
But I noticed with Call of Duty World War II, the newest Call of Duty that's coming out this fall, you can be a black Nazi woman. How do we feel about that? I don't think I like it.
You can be a black Nazi woman? Were there any black? I don't think there were.
So there were no black Nazis. There were no black Nazis. There were female Nazis, plenty of them. Of course, just not on the front lines. But there were no black Nazis.
COD and realism. I feel like if you tried to cling to this grasp, so COD was this like war simulator back when Halo was fake. Look, COD was never an accurate simulation of war. You know, I think
historically
it walks
often
at like
was.
20 miles an hour. You know, how long does it take to walk a block in?
Those guys are fucking
favela.
Well, there's a difference between historical accuracies and like gameplay mechanics, though, right? Like you don't frame up this whole like D-Day is always there, and it's like you don't have the D-Day invasion.
Were there in COD? Like Modern Warfare was what, unspecified a stand? You know,
well, that's different, right? That's not historical Call of Duty. I mean,
you're talking about World War.
You know, World War II happened. You know, whereas you know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare was just this made up, dreamt up like.
I really don't give a shit either way, but I think it would be funny if like in the cutscenes as they're like showing the D-Day thing before that part of the campaign, they're like, it was then that the Canadian black female trans lesbian battalion stormed the front, and it's just a bunch of people in fucking pussy hats, you know. Like you just had I don't really see a problem with it. Like if you're playing Call of Duty and being like, oh my god, this is how it fucking happened. Like you got bigger problems than read a book or something. Like I don't know.
I disagree.
I don't really
I like
care.
that about the game. I like that when you're playing the game, you can be like, wow, this is how it really happened. And a lot of times with the D-Day invasion in particular, if you've watched, you know, Saving Private Ryan, you're like, whoa, shit. You're by those big X things that are like the
that's
tanks.
a fair example because everybody kind of knows how that goes.
Yeah, and it's something that I like doing in every game that has it, all the way back to Call of Duty 2. I don't know. It just seems like this is a watered down from a historical standpoint for just to like please a few people that I can't even imagine who they are, because they took the swastikas out too, right? Like the Nazis don't have swastikas.
Oh, I don't like that. That's you got to keep everybody.
They have iron crosses.
Oh, that historical inaccuracy is not cool, huh?
Well, I'm saying if you want to be in it. Like, what if they got rid of the rising sun for the Japanese? They're like, oh, we can't have that anymore. They're just going to be making shit up.
Yeah,
like you gotta, like,
it's iron crosses now. They've all got iron crosses on, and they're black.
I mean, I can differentiate that. I guess. I mean, if you didn't say anything right there, I would play it and I wouldn't fucking notice probably because I'd see the iron cross and I'd be like, oh, okay, Nazi. But yeah,
I don't like it personally. I feel like you're watering something down that didn't need watering down. I'm not offended by a swastika.
Yeah,
I think it was COD 2 I was playing, and you have to like follow the wire and repair it as you work your way from building to building. Like press X to repair wire, and then you detonate it. Like I don't know. I really don't think that was like a historical accurate scene that happened in World War II.
Certainly not everything you do, but I bet that like the city you're in, the town you're in, is a historically accurate town where like the battles took place. Like if you go to Call of Duty World at War, a lot of those scenes are like reenactments. The whole Stalingrad thing, and they borrow as much from movies that are based on real things as they do from history. Because the Stalingrad battle in World at War, a lot of that seemed to be borrowed from Enemy at the Gates, which is a badass fucking movie. We've all seen that, right?
What's accurate about it though? Like, is the map accurate or just the name of the map accurate? Because I suspect it's just the name of the map, and there was an actual like game designer, map designer who made sure it was balanced on both sides.
No, Woody, there's like snow. There are Russians. There, guns are being fired regularly. I don't know. Maybe
I'm not suggesting that like every time we play Call of Duty, it needs to be a simulation of a historical reenactment or anything. But like, we shouldn't have like made up just silliness either, because we have like something to go from that's amazing. Like World War II is such an incredible narrative on its own. It's like you don't have to go to fiction. You've already got something right there, and I think a lot of times they do use that for, you know, I mean, I can't think of good examples because I haven't played those Call of Duties in years, but the World War II ones and the Vietnam ones seem to borrow a lot from history.
Like there's like, I don't like the kind of needless softening of it, the way you said, where it's like, oh, well, just in case someone might get offended by this thing that actually happened, like 80, 70, 80 years ago. Like this happened. There are people alive. Like they're not going to be alive much longer because it's so fucking long ago. But there are people alive who remember this shit. But, you know, and do you think if you found someone who actually was in the concentration camp or who fought in World War II or was a German soldier or a Japanese soldier and you like sat them down and they started playing this game, do you think at any point they'd be like, a swastika in this game about World War II? No, like someone in a concentration camp would be like, yeah, it was real and it was horrible. And you're kind of pretending that it wasn't that it was a little softer than it was. I don't know, but even then, it's like it's a video game, and who's getting that upset
I don't like
about
the
this
needless
for real?
softening
Who
either.
really
I think
cares?
we're on the same page there, but I also think there's nothing accurate about it to start with. It's a video game, and they slap names on it like Stalingrad and Tanzania.
Yeah, I understand like both points coming from it, but the argument of like, no, Call of Duty's never been historical is like, no shit, idiot. But like, if you suddenly had a brigade of midgets and dwarves, like who wielded like side axes in addition to their M40s with the Germans, you'd be like, okay, wait, hold on, are we in Middle Earth? Or were they conquering Middle Earth? Or were they conquering, Western Europe? Like, you'd be upset by that. But that's the same
clearly
case,
the Nazis would have gassed any dwarves.
Okay, bad example. The American Dwarf Battalion.
Oh, well, they would have used those as tankers.
They would not have made it
small
through.
Stature. We'd want to get those guys in the tanks, right?
They might be good with G-forces, right? Remember we covered that distance from brain to heart? They could be good fighter
They can't reach the pedals, though.
These guys are tankers for sure.
Tankers,
low to the ground.
Yeah, I like it.
They're all like 4'8",